This podcast is brought to you by the following sponsors. Your San Diego County Toyota dealers. We've got what it takes. Fix Auto. Corky's Pest Control. And Lolita's Family of Restaurants.
I feel like I should talk a little more quietly, a little more respectful. Hello, golf fans and sports fans. Christian Pedersen, Jack Klein here. Small, gentle handshake, sir. Welcome back to another Pep Insider Golf podcast. You're for all. Now we're almost at halfway for the season. Spring break for a couple of schools this week. Podcast because golf never ends. How you doing today? It's a nice sunny day. Let's start with from the previous week. San Diego Country Club had an event that featured some of the best golf in town. Tell me about it.
They did. So they hosted their 5th annual high school invitational. They had 8 teams there competing, with Rancho Bernardo winning the team this time, and which was terrific, over Steel Canyon. Donald Day of Patrick Henry, who was an individual that was invited, won in a playoff over Cameron Sisk of Valhalla, who we've mentioned.
That's an impressive win, with Sisk being kind of the de facto best golfer in the county.
He is. He has the low index so far this year. So
when you're talking about Steel Canyon, Valhalla, right there, but a pretty eclectic mix of kids.
It is, and it's nice that there's an invitational that can bring different players together that might not often see each other.
Well, that seems like a positive thing for the whole sport, is when you have a large group, because we're going to get Torrey Pines talk and all that, but it seems like it's a big step.
It is. It's wonderful. I mean, so the great thing about golf is, we've talked about it before, being an individual sport that's played as a team in high school, and I love that opportunity for players to, high-level players, to get together and play, even though the team they're on may not be at that same level of golf.
Quick number. We'll start with Division 1. We mentioned Rancho Bernardo in the team event. A team that they lost to twice this last week was Torrey Pines. Our weekly update on how the powerhouse Falcons are doing.
Getting better every week, I'm afraid. No, it's exciting, and glad to see it. They did play Rancho Bernardo and shot even par 180 as a team, so another great effort by Torrey. And hard to see a standout there with all their players playing so well.
How do you describe one as the best if everybody's golfing so well?
Absolutely. It's nice to see a well-balanced team, though. You know, it's great for golf and great for San Diego and CIF, so nothing but a positive.
And the team that took on Rancho Bernardo, tell me just a little bit about what you've seen out of the Broncos this season.
You know, another good team. They're playing at a high level for sure. Their rounds are mostly in the 180s, 190s. Again, good high-quality team, and they're number 2 in D1.
Let's talk about the third team in our Division 1 segment, Carlsbad. The Lancers, led by a pair of brothers. A pair of brothers? Yes. My English is all sorts of all over the place right now. But they're led by brothers, the Pluchet family, leading the Lancers this season. What did you see out of them this week?
Yeah, Cullen and Carter, senior and freshman. They're both playing really well. They're 1-2 on the team, and it's fun to see that. Fun to see that happen.
So let's move down to Division 2. We got the Cathedral Catholic Dons. They are good, it seems, at every sport. Golf, no exception. Give me an update on what you've seen out of the Dons this week, because they're kind of a group effort now.
They are. They really are. They're led, of course, by their freshman, Shane French, but they have 3 seniors that are playing really well this year, Mendez, Brown, and Northbrook, and great to see, again, they're continuing to lead Division 2. And
the development is there. It was not weeks at the beginning of the season, and then the pressure caught up with them. A young team keeps getting better.
Correct.
The team behind them, the La Jolla Vikings, kind of a quiet
It was, and they're another team that has a group of players that all seem to be playing up. From seniors, they have 2 seniors that are playing really well. Kevin Wan, Yosef, and playing, as I say, really, really well. And
let's start playing up. They're done being the Cinderella team. That moniker has been passed on to another team, which we'll get to eventually. We'll tell you who the new Cinderella team here is in San Diego. But right now, the Vikings, they kind of showed that they're good team, correct?
Correct, and they should play out the season, and I expect them to continue to do well.
Now, this is the first time we'll talk about golf. We've talked about them individually having some of the best golfers, but they are now starting to get themselves in the mix individually.
They are, and they've got brothers, the Cameron and Parker Sisk, and we've talked about Cameron a number of times. And of course, the amazing thing to me about Cameron is he's had 9 of his 10 rounds in matches have been at par or below, and so great consistency, great play.
I put that in context because, I like to draw in the sports fans from other sports. If you're a basketball player, it's hard to go out there and average double digits every night. If you're a football player, it's hard to go out and rush for 100-plus yards every game. How hard is it mentally and physically as a golfer to hit subpar 9 out of your 10 rounds?
It really is difficult. I think back, there are, oftentimes we'll see some of the players at the highest levels that might have a round in the 60s, 70s, and 80s, believe it or not, all within a 2 or 3 week period on tour.
And not that that's a bad thing in general, just there are days where the ball just does not bounce your way.
Absolutely, and we're a different person every day. We feel different, we've eaten different, we may have other things on our mind, so, to be able to play at that high level week after week is really shows a lot about the skill of that individual and mental toughness.
Well, it's somewhat of a testament to how impressive these golfers are. These are kids that play a pretty lengthy schedule compared to certain sports here in the county, and to be performing consistently week after week after week on that level really is an indicator of just how impressive they are and how much of a must-watch they are.
And when you overlay that with the fact that many of these players are also playing in tournaments on weekends because the AJGA is still going on and they're trying to qualify for national events. Some of them are traveling even other parts of the state or other states to compete during our season. So
and that's something that's not happening, in other sports. It's not like a basketball player sneaking away for a couple AAU events, or every Thursday night, Eric Buchanan's going out to rush for an extra 100 yards with some AFL team.
Exactly. So, again, it shows you when you think about, I'm always humbled by the fact of how these kids manage their time. They're student athletes, and that's student athletes. Many of them are really achieving a lot in the classroom, and then to do it also out on the golf course, and the many hours of practice, matches, and weekend tournaments is really something special.
When all those hours are paying off for one team, especially our new Cinderella team, the Francis Parker golf team. You know a fair amount about them. You're kind of around them every day. Coach, you guys are off to an impressive last couple weeks. Give us a little peek inside what's going on.
Well, thank you. It's such a wonderful group of young men, and especially talking about student athletes. We have boys that are on the robotics team, and they're in AP classes, and and they're going to the Harvards and the Claremont McKennas, and then they're out there every week participating. Last Tuesday, the team shot 187. It's a new low for our school, and one of the best rounds, throughout CIF this season. So it shows what's possible for them. We had senior Calvin Woods and sophomore Nicholas Trimble, who both shot career lows this week in that match. So again, for me, that's
so congratulations to Woods and Trimble. That's a great round.
It really is, and I expect to see this team continue to just get better into CIF. They definitely have the potential.
Another team that has some potential, and the wins-loss might not show it, Sage Creek. Let's talk about the Bobcats a little bit.
Yeah, so Sage Creek is, they're third in D3 and also playing at a great level. They had what I think is an experience that you can really take something away from. They played Torrey Pines twice this week. That's a tough draw to be on the other side of, but that's what our learning experience.
And that's kind of what I want to ask you about is for fans at home and for coaches and players that are new or entry level into CIF sports here in golf level. what is the takeaway? Is it worth it as an up-and-coming school to try and take on a giant like that? Is it something where, like you said, you can mentally take away, hey, like we saw what good golf was? Or is it something that you should shy away from until you're actually going to be able to compete, because it doesn't do you any good to just go out there and get absolutely smashed?
You know, great question. So individuals, again, can compete, as we know, no matter what team they're on. But a good team like Sage Creek, the takeaways that are possible, from my perspective, are terrific. I mean, it's great to see kids that are performing at the very highest level, as Torrey Pines kids are, to see their routines, see their pre-shot routines, see how they attack a course, what their course management is. So you can take that away from those matches, incorporate it into your own game, and just get better. There is another side of that. You can say, oh my gosh, you know, that was awful, but the kids that are going to be taking the next step are the ones that are appreciating that they've just seen, the possible.
I feel like a lot of that falls on the coach, though, to put the kids in the right mindset of saying, hey, look, I don't care if you lose by 2 strokes or if you lose by 22 strokes today, but learn something.
Absolutely. I mean, I think our goal is to being, you know, we have to let go of the outcome, as hard as that is.
It's impossible, by the way.
It is. Yes, it is. But stay in the process and appreciate that this is a journey. It's a life journey that we're on. And the better we do in every phase of it, the better we'll be as not only a person, but as a player.
Let's round out just a couple of quick teams then in D3. Santa Fe Christian, how are they doing this week?
Santa Fe Christian, another good week for them. 3 wins. They still are the team to beat in Division III. And they've got a really good group of young men there, like what they're doing. I should also lift up Pacific Ridge to you.
Please.
That was the team that Francis Parker played on Tuesday. Had a very fine round. They shot 204 as a team, but 3 young ladies participating on that team, and of course they play from the back tees. Everybody plays from the same tees, and one of the low rounds, Olivia shot 38 in that match. So just fantastic to see.
Not backing down, no fear.
No fear. So that's a future player to watch, and hopefully they're going to have a girls team in the fall, and I'm really excited to know about that.
So the game keeps on growing, keeps on growing, keeps on growing.
Yes, it does, and we're very blessed and thankful to have that happening.
Absolutely, and we're going to be here to cover all that growth this season and for the rest of the year. Coach, what are you guys up to the rest of this week?
We've got 3 matches this week, so we visit Santa Fe Christian tomorrow. Wednesday we have La Jolla Country Day, so number 1, number 2 we're playing, and we have Christian on Thursday, so it should be a fun week of golf.
All righty, you're going to be a lot busy, going to a lot of holes, Coach.
Busy.
We'll wish you the best of luck.
Right.
We got it right. We nailed it.
It's a miracle.
All righty, well, we're going to end on that note, and folks, we will see you guys next week. Thank you very much for checking in with us.